Coming up, crossing state lines permanently. Thousands of Illinoisans say they've reached a tipping point. What's motivating their out-of-state moves?
And in just a moment, I'll tell you what's next on Peoria Council's agenda in regards to the legalization of marijuana sale.
Coming up, how Central Illinois veterans are continuing to see many monuments here in Washington, D.C.
But first, a 9-year-old now tied to a deadly crime. Prosecutors plan to charge the boy in connection with a mobile home fire in Goodfield back in April. WMBD's Matt Sheehan is live with the latest turn in this 6-month-long murder investigation. Matt.
Kimberly, the Woodford County coroner called the child he when we were on the phone today. And now that child will be charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of arson, and 1 count of aggravated arson after a mobile home fire here at Timberline Estates that happened back in April of this year. Now, the fire killed 3 toddlers, 1-year-old Ariel Wall, 2-year-old Damian Wall, and 2-year-old Rose Allwood. And it also killed 2 adults, 34-year-old Jason Wall and 69-year-old Catherine Murray. Katrina Allwood and her 8-year-old son at the time, Kyle, were able to get out alive. Nearly 2 weeks into investigating, the fire was ruled a homicide and a juvenile was being questioned. Woodford County State's Attorney Greg Minger said if convicted, the suspect could be placed on probation for at least 5 years, but not beyond the age of 21. Therapy, counseling, and psychological evaluation would be likely, but incarceration is not an option, he says. We've been following the story since April, where we met Anna Marie, a neighbor, who told us then that night was something she couldn't get out of her head.
It was surreal. It was just a fireball when we got over here. Flames were shooting out from the center of the home and from this end. I've been hearing it over in my head all night long, just children crying and moms crying for their babies. I mean, it's horrible.
I spoke with a neighbor today over Facebook who says that she knew the family personally and that a mobile home fire is something that everyone here fears of, and that she says it was just terrible for this entire community. Live in Goodfield, I'm Matt Sheehan, WMBD News.
Matt, thank you. Well, it is crunch time for city leaders in Peoria as they develop a game plan for legal marijuana, now with less than 3 months to go. Treasure Roberts is live at City Hall where they plan to tackle another pot problem tonight. Treasure.
Kimberly, this is a hot topic around here. Now, just a few weeks ago, city leaders decided to tax the sale of recreational marijuana. But tonight, they'll discuss where it could be sold if it's approved by the city at all. Now, all the city leaders may change the code that will retract penalization of those who possess 30 grams or less and drug paraphernalia. Coming up on WMBD News at 6, I'll tell you what kinds of marijuana businesses the city is looking to regulate. Kimberly.
Thank you, Treasure. Well, from the playground to Facebook pages, health professionals want you to know the warning signs of bullying. They say kids who are bullied are twice as likely to have health problems. They say it also hurts their emotional well-being. The project manager at OSF Behavioral Health reminding parents to keep an eye on your kids' social media activity.
Cyberbullying is definitely getting increasingly worse. 40% of bullying takes place on a social media platform such as Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. So it's really important to be involved in what our kids, our students might be doing.
For a more in-depth list of the warning signs, visit our website, ciproud.com. An Illinois congressman wants to put a cap on nicotine levels in e-cigarettes. Representative Raja Krishnamurthy says his bill would force manufacturers to limit nicotine to 20 milligrams per milliliter. Some e-cigarettes have 3 times that amount. His goal is to make e-cigs less addictive and less appealing to young people. Right now, there is no limit nationwide. Volunteers needed to act as court-appointed advocates for children. CASA helps kids statewide, but right now the organization has more children in need than they do advocates. Volunteers there work with children who have been removed from their homes, supporting them through the court process, but also acting as a steady presence.
What would be fantastic if folks are still interested, come by, pick up the application. We don't have to mail it. Fill it out. We've had folks that stayed here and filled it out, had the interview right on the spot. We don't have to worry about your references right in the very beginning, and then that process time gets cut way down.
And if you're interested in helping CASA, you do have to be 21 years old and pass a series of background checks. Advocates have to commit to staying in connection with the child for at least a year and a half. Have you ever considered leaving Illinois? If you have, a new study says you're not alone. Researchers at the U of I found while more people feel the state is moving in the right direction compared to years past, most still feel we're headed down the wrong road. Gabrielle Franklin set out to find out why.
I've only recently thought about moving out of the state because of the situation, the way the state is.
We have left, and the only reason why we came back is family.
These Illinois voters aren't the only ones thinking about fleeing the state. A study done by the Research Center at UIS found that 61% of people surveyed have considered moving out of Illinois in the past year. But researchers say it's just a thought for many.
When we look at the data, we actually ask folks about action related to leaving the state. And when you actually look at those actions, like applying for jobs out of state, applying for housing, it's actually really low. It's single digits.
Results of the survey showed only 28% of people polled said Illinois is headed in the right direction. That's twice as many as last year, but still only reaching the approval of about 3 out of 10 people. The survey highlighted good news for the governor.
We also saw that Governor Pritzker has a fairly solid approval rating at 59%. We're talking his first term, though. First year of his first term.
Some we spoke with say he still has a lot to prove after the honeymoon phase of his term is over.
In my opinion, it's going to make things worse because he comes up with new taxes and he's taxing the crap out of us. And I run a business for 32 years and I can't take it no more.
No, he has not helped. not as much as he had promised from the get-go. He hasn't done what he said he was going to do.
Today, a thank you to Central Illinois veterans happening 800 miles from home. Dozens made the trip to Washington, D.C. on an honor flight, taking them to visit war memorials. Our Rebecca Brumfield was there for every special moment.
When I say today has been a long day, it is not an understatement. And for these veterans, today will be a day that will resonate with them for a number of reasons. One of those reasons is this memorial, the Vietnam Memorial. It's what some were looking forward to the most.
When you go overseas, you see a lot of stuff that we have here, we take for granted. So when you come home and you see this in our capital, how amazing, how everybody's memorializing how our soldiers did and stuff, so it really hits home.
So far Tuesday, we've seen the FDR Memorial, the World War II Memorial, and the Washington Monument, among other areas across the nation's capital.
War's not good. An awful lot of young men died. Too young.
It's been a day to remember, starting this journey with a takeoff at 5:30 a.m. and taking a charter bus via police escort for the entire day so far. Coming up on WMBD News at 6 o'clock, we will hear from a Navy veteran from Marquette Heights who got to see the memorial for the first time today thanks to the honor flight. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Rebecca Brumfield, WMBD News.
And if you'd like to see more stories from today's honor flight, we do have extensive coverage on CIProud.com. All you have to do is hover over news and click on digital originals. You can also get easy access to all of our stories by downloading our app, CI Proud to Go.
Well, as expected, it's been another beautiful day in Central Illinois. Here's a neat little time lapse from our camera out in East Peoria. All's looking good. We had a few high clouds early this morning. Otherwise,